Hello, everybody, and welcome to our commentary of Disney's live-action remake of Dumbo.
Okay, I know
Yay!
it might elicit a groan from Pedro, but like with Steven Spielberg, I still have faith in Tim Burton. However, here's the thing. Unlike Steven Spielberg, Tim Burton is way less predictable. Like I mentioned at the end of our True Lies commentary, he's like a game of poker. You don't know what hand you're gonna get with this guy. He has shown
So
that
he's a
he's
box of
still
chocolates.
yeah. He has shown, even in modern times, that he is still capable of some really good stuff, but he has also shown that he's capable of, well, not complete and utter crap, but
This.
malarkey.
This.
As for this movie, I have not seen it, but I have heard incredibly mixed stuff, and like Shiroi has sort of hinted at, it is slanted more towards the negative here. Welcome to 2019 Disney, folks. This was the year where you could argue live action remakes really hit a stride, or, translation, they kind of just got spammed. We had no less than four of these this year. There was this, there was Aladdin, there was Lion King, and even though you may not have heard about it if you didn't have Disney Plus, there was also Lady and the Tramp. Do not know what the consensus of that one was, though.
I haven't seen it, and I couldn't
Me
tell you the
neither.
consensus.
Apparently, it's just unnecessary mediocrity because it's basically just the original again. So,
Oh.
so this
So it's a
seems
Lion
to
King situation.
Oh, and an even better example of not that promising signs for this movie. The screenwriter of this film was Aaron Kruger, who was well known for his quality script writing for his work on Transformers 2, in that case a co-writing credit, and Transformers 3 and 4. And as for what he'd done recently up to that point, he co-wrote the Ghost in the Shell remake.
brilliant.
He has done some good stuff. He has
How
done.
the hell this guy? Yes, I did enjoy Transformers 4, and I did like his remake of The Ring that he wrote back in the 90s, but
The 2000s.
it's too much of a once in a blue moon situation with him. Like,
Like,
seriously.
is he good at TV shows and something, and that's why he's still in business? Is it like with
I don't
McGee?
I don't know, but there is one big difference between this and the other live action remakes.
What?
This one flopped at the box office.
Yep.
So let me get this straight. Whereas Dumbo was one of the few Golden Age original Disney animated movies to actually be a profit, this was one of the few live action Disney remakes to be a complete and utter failure at the box office. Though, from what I've heard, still not as much a failure as Mulan was.
Well, that's because Mulan barely got a theatrical release at all.
A theatrical release still, and it failed in the country it was catering to. Like,
Anyway,
damn. Regardless,
so,
though, this movie.
you might be wondering, everybody, Pedro, what the fuck is this? The original Dumbo movie was like 1 hour and 7 minutes or so. How the hell is this remake 1 hour and 51 minutes? Well, let's just say, everybody, Aaron Kruger got creative with this remake. Is that can be either a really good thing or a really bad thing. In Aaron Kruger's case, is a really bad thing, because yeah. So yeah, might as well start. Okay, everybody, you know how this is. There's only one, like, go on your Disney Plus or Blu-ray or whatever you're using, and you all know how this goes. 0, blah blah blah, before the Disney logo. So let's just get through this. Okay, 3, 2, 1, click.
It's just weird. You'd think that it would be a slam dunk easy task to make Dumbo of all movies a better movie. But that's
Well, it was, and they were able to remake it, but people are probably wondering, why is this 2 hours long?
Oh boy, so let me guess.
We'll find out.
Oh, don't tell me this is a case where they actually did manage to remake it better than the original. The problem was that it doesn't know when to end.
No. Even the remake part of this remake is still inferior to the original, because there's a lot of unnecessary new human characters in it that are boring as fuck.
And they focus on those human characters.
Super.
Are they good?
Because because it's not like I came here to watch Dumbo to watch the charming little cute elephant with the big ears. No. I want to watch a boring generic family with a dead mum. You know.
So what you're saying, Pedro, is that this movie is pretty much the Godzilla 2014 of Disney movies.
It's Aaron Kruger doing the same thing he did in the Bayformers movies, putting the humans in the focus instead of the actual Transformers that we came here to watch.
I mean, at least the Transformers got enough to do in the movies. From what I've heard, this is apparently a much worse case.
And from what I've seen, the said human characters aren't even good enough ones to justify having more focus on them.
No, even Danny DeVito can save this movie. That's how bad it is.
It's like bloody Godzilla 2014 all over again.
Remind me again, Jova, isn't this the first time since Batman Returns where Danny DeVito has been in a Tim Burton movie?
Along with Michael Keaton?
Oh, actually, no, never mind. I forgot Big Fish.
Yeah.
There's Big Fish. Yeah,
I thought you were going to say this is the first time he's been in a movie with Michael Keaton since Batman Returns.
Well, yeah, that actually is probably true. But I forgot that he was in Big Fish.
I thought this was Dumbo, not an American travelogue video.
Yeah, why is
that's that's the thing, Dwips. I don't think Aaron got the memo that he was supposed to be writing Dumbo. That's the problem.
If I didn't know better, I'd say that this movie is showing clips from the movie that are yet to come.
Okay, don't get me wrong, everybody. Yes, I am aware that in the original film, we started with a train, especially because that's where the animals were. But you know what also happened right immediately as we saw the train? We cut straight to Dumbo's mom and, Dumbo himself,
I mean,
Dumbo.
okay. That was...
Yeah, I gotta put the title there just to make sure you know which movie you're watching, because it's not that clear at the beginning, as you can see.
All right, let's have a look.
All right. Oh, here you are. That's Timothy, by the way, Jova. He doesn't talk. He's just here, and the movie doesn't really focus on him, so whatever.
Okay, so to be fair, the mice didn't speak in the Cinderella live-action remake, but that one managed to be good, so maybe this could work.
That's the thing, Jova. Timothy was the co-lead of the original film, so it's not really the same situation. Like the Timothy was much more important to Dumbo than the mice were to Cinderella.
What, are these two orphans?
Yes. Well, their mom died, but the father is still alive, and the father just got back from war.
That's nice.
So, Jova, question.
Yes?
How do you like your soulless Disney children actors who all they do is smile at the camera and be as completely, corporate tools for the movie as possible?
I like a medium rare and out of the way.
Well, you're out of luck, because here's two of them.
Colin Firth.
Yes, they dragged Colin Firth into this mess.
Oh, goody! Wait, hold on. Wasn't Colin Firth also in the Artemis Fowl movie?
I think so. I guess Colin really has a lot of.
Oh no, Colin. No, sorry, I got the wrong one. Colin Farrell.
That's it, Colin Farrell.
Okay. Because I was about to say.
No. Colin Firth is from Kingsman. Yeah, we're still in that period. We were watching Kingsman instead. So sorry, everybody.
Well, if I recall correctly, Colin Firth was in the Artemis Fowl movie. He's Irish, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
From Dublin.
Yeah. He was in the Artemis Fowl movie.
He was Artemis Fowl the First.
Yes.
I love how even them hugging the father doesn't feel quite as genuine. Like they're just grabbing him. Like it doesn't feel like a genuine, oh my god, we missed you hug.
It's
like.
Oh, so of course, since they were orphans, they lived with the circus.
Yes.
Wait, was their father a circus performer or something?
Yeah, kind of. But now he lost an arm to the war, so obviously there's going to be some changes.
I'm sure this is all nice, but what does this have to do with anything?
I know exactly. I didn't share his questions. Very good, Joe. But you're on the right path. Exactly. This is exactly the first problem right from the beginning. What? Apparently, Aaron Kruger and Tim Burton. Oh, hey, Danny.
Nice.
apparently Aaron Kruger and Tim thought that the struggle of Dumbo to fit in, despite being, different from the other animals, wasn't compelling enough. So here you go.
Wait a
Let's,
minute. Danny DeVito in a Tim Burton movie where he is the leader of a circus? Oh god, there's gonna be a moment where they kidnap all the firstborn sons of Gotham, isn't there?
You wish, Jova. You wish.
No, but seriously though, Danny DeVito was flipping awesome as the Penguin. So,
Well, Danny DeVito is always awesome, even in bad movies.
even in this movie, then I hope.
Yeah, well, he does the best he can. Yeah, definitely.
So is the Ringman's... Okay, so did they follow Disney's weird trend of, for some reason, trying to make the Ringman out to be, like, the bad guy of Dumbo whenever Dumbo gets representation in a Disney video game?
No. In here, they're trying to make the circus people a lot more sympathetic. In fact, that's why they focus so much on them.
That's nice, but what's the point?
There's no point, literally. The original film was about Dumbo's struggle with, being different. That was the whole point of the original film.
Okay. So, let's see. On the spectrum of problems with Disney live-action remakes, Aladdin tried to change a little too much. Lion King tried to change too little. This movie...
Honestly, Jova, I would argue this movie changes way more than a lot. Well, okay, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. From what Shiroi has told me, it's not so much that this movie changes stuff, it's just that it adds on to an otherwise decent remake. I mean, granted...
I didn't say it was decent, I don't think.
No. That's a joke. Even when the movie
It does add on too much, though.
Let me put it this way, Jova. Even when the movie is literally copying the scenes from the original, it's still nowhere near as good. Like, for example, the pink elephant scene, nowhere near as awesome. Nowhere near. In fact, it's pretty lame.
We just want to see a movie about a cute elephant. Why are we focusing on a bunch of humans?
Wait.
Apparently-
Go on, Dibs.
Apparently, one of the messages of this movie is how evil corporate mergers are.
Because that's what I want to see in a Dumbo movie.
Also,
Right.
But here's the thing. Guess what happened a few days before this film came out?
What?
Disney bought Fox.
The Disney-Fox merger went through.
Oh, okay.
So why are these guys against a merger so much?
Because they're evil.
I mean, if it helps them with their money problems, what's the problem? Will they turn them into a soulless hollowed out or something?
That's basically what they're doing, Joe. They're doing the usual. Oh, if you sell the circus, you're selling out, and and the company that will buy it will take away its soul and crap. They're doing that shtick.
Oh, I get the idea, but does the evil quote unquote evil company actually hint at doing that in this movie?
Well, I'll let you see for yourself. We haven't even met Michael Keaton yet, so let's wait.
Although to be fair to Danny DeVito, he was in a better movie the same year. He was in Jumanji 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Alright,
Not a whole lot, but still.
I've yet
Of the
to
two
see
children-
that movie.
Sorry. Of the two children, the one in particular that really annoys me is the girl. She
Why?
always look incredibly stoic. Like, and she's supposed to be the smart one for the record, because
Yeah, I've seen Chris Duckman's review. He was really not too happy with the child acting, particularly the one from the girl.
No, it's because Whips, all she does. Just listen to her.
Well, you're so monotone, no one's going to stare at you anyway, so won't worry
Exactly.
about that.
Wait, hold on. So what? Her deal is that she doesn't want to take up a circus app to help the circus?
She wants to aim higher for some kind of big. She thinks she's too smart for the circus or some shit like that. Basically.
Oh, great! A pompous little half pint. Look, I get it. Maybe you don't want to be in the circus, but considering how the circus is your home, maybe.
Did you notice her look at her expression? Don't worry, he's not going anywhere.
He's stuck here like
I
you and me.
swear,
So what?
I swear, Nicola Peltz had more emotion than this one.
So what? Does she hate the circus or something? Like,
I
It's not
don't
so much.
know.
It's not
She's
so. It's
she's
not
so
so much.
monotone.
Okay, Shuri.
It's not so much that she hates the circus, Jova. It's more so the fact that it's not her thing, which would be fine, like you said. It's just that that's not even my main issue. My main issue is the fact that this actress can't act for crap. This girl went into the casting session. Can you emote? This actress said no, and Tim apparently thought, fuck it, nobody's gonna notice. Like,
Okay.
seriously.
The problem with her is that she has what I like to call Brie Larson syndrome acting here. She acts so dull that, she sometimes comes off as pompous or full of herself, even if that's not the intent of the character.
By the way, allow me to remind everybody.
Okay. One thing I will say in Brie Larson's defense, I thought she was good in Kong Skull Island.
Oh, yes. I'm sure Brie Larson can act good, but man, with Captain Marvel, which is pretty much what folks are going to remember her for nowadays, her acting was in that movie.
By the way, allow me to remind everybody, we're almost 12 minutes into this thing, so where's our main character exactly? By this point in the original film, he already had his ears and everything.
Okay, Shuri, help me out here. What exactly are the kids' deal in this movie?
They're just circus kids, and that's about it.
That's the thing, Jova. The human characters get... Whoa, God. The human characters are just generic. Like, the only one that has even some kind of semblance of an arc is the dad. Even then, that's pushing it.
An elephant is on screen. That's enough for you right now, right?
Mrs. Jumbo, yeah.
Yeah, that's Dumbo's mom. And look at that. We have our resident cartoonish bad circus wrangler. Yay.
Oh, look. He's a bad guy because he dodged the draft.
Okay. Here's another problem. Not only is she monotone, it's one of those weird kinds of acting that I've noticed. That sometimes happens. They said sometimes acting performances can sound both really monotone and really too fast.
So, what exactly is going on with the elephants here that's evil?
She's trying to give birth, I think, and
She's
the
trying to give
humans
birth, and this guy is mistreating her.
the humans are really stressing her the fuck out, which is really bad for pregnant animals, by the way.
Yes. You would think
Well,
that...
right now, the baby's already... There we go. Finally! We're going to see... Oh, never mind. First, we have to see Danny DeVito taking a bath. Then we'll see Dumbo.
I mean... Okay.
Thank you, movie. I totally wanted to see Danny DeVito's nipples. Thank you.
Is there
Thank
actually
you,
a good? Is there a good movie where Danny DeVito is in a bath?
Why is Danny DeVito being in the bath a pretty common trend? Like,
I fucking hope not.
Anyway,
Because I mean, if that's what someone likes, why not just watch a better movie with that in it?
So, question. Okay, so...
Ah!
Okay. Oh, snap.
Yes, Jova?
So, okay, in the original movie, I get it. The elephants were being wrangled because of stuff like that. So, yeah, let me guess. This is probably set up for when Mrs. Jumbo gets caged.
That's the thing, Jova. Mrs. Jumbo is the only adult elephant in this movie. The other elephants from the other movie, not in here.
Wait, hold on. But we just saw another elephant, leave before Mrs. Jumbo. Yeah.
Well, we know that not all of them are here, at least. I don't even remember, to be honest. Okay, here's the one good thing that I will give this movie. Dumbo himself.
he looks adorable.
Dumbo is exactly how the lions in the Lion King... Oh, what? Oh, yeah, of course. And he was already born with the ears instead of... Well, which, to be fair, is kind of a small improvement, I guess, because, yeah, I never understood how the hell he sneezed and then suddenly his ears grow somehow for the sneeze. But, it's all right, movie. They did one thing better.
How is that guy still employed in this circus?
Because Danny DeVito is an incompetent circus leader, I guess. I don't know.
So apparently the circus leader hates the fact that he has big ears, saying, "Oh, I've already got fake freaks. I don't need real freaks." Like,
Do you have
I'm
any
sorry, I'm
idea
sorry, I'm
how
sorry.
many
Did
people
that-
pay
That
to
didn't happen
watch-
in the original movie.
Like, yeah, in fact, wasn't it a plot point that Dumbo having big ears was a selling point of the circus? Like, what kind of ringleader are
You're
you?
pretty much.
Very good, Jova.
Do you not realize how many people would pay to see this?
It's
Okay, that was a funny one.
Okay, my guess, Jova, is to reinforce the prejudice angle from the original film, except they're doing it horribly, as you yourself explained.
Here's the thing. The prejudice mainly came from other elephants. Yes, humans laughed and made fun of him, but the prejudice was mainly from the other elephants. With the humans, well, yeah, there were dicks among them, but... You know, it was...
Hello, I've got an arm missing. What good am I gonna be doing that?
Yeah, the prejudice from the mocking, I should say, from the humans was more, it was shown physically, whereas it came verbally from the elephants.
The problem with this movie is like, well, I guess because the elephants don't talk as much, we can't really have them showcasing the discrimination of them.
Don't
Okay,
talk as much, they don't talk at all. And that's a
God-
problem.
God forbid any animals talk in these remakes for whatever reason. That baffles me. But
Okay,
anyway,
Do they talk in Lady and the Tramp?
yeah, well, they have to, Shiroi, because how would
Yeah,
you even
yeah,
do that
yeah,
movie
yeah.
without that?
Okay.
Yeah, they kept the talking lions in the Lion King remake.
Well, Dibs, again,
Same thing, Dwebs. You can't really do the Lion King without them talking. It doesn't work.
okay.
Oh, what about Dumbo not talking?
So here's
Well,
one,
actually, you go ahead first, Drova.
here's something I don't get about Disney. Why are they so averse to having talking animals in their live-action remakes? Like, what, are they afraid it would look unrealistic? Earth to Dunderheads, you're Disney. You have so much goddamn money. You could probably have a movie about a talking Rubik Cube and you'd be able to make it look charming and decent. In fact, to give this movie credit, Dumbo actually does look pretty good in this movie.
There you go, Jova. It's this boy that gives him the feather, not Timothy, because Timothy doesn't matter in this movie. But anyway, yeah, to give credit to the one positive thing I will take from this movie is Dumbo himself. Dumbo looks exactly like how the lions in the Lion King remake should have looked like. He looks believable next to the live-action humans and even the any kind of live-action animals that you might see. But at the same time, there's enough CGI to his face to make him expressive.
So
You can always tell how he's feeling just by looking at his face. See, there you go.
So are the animal...
Okay,
Oh!
It's not a surprise because Tim Burton is a master of visual storytelling.
Yeah.
Like even in his worst movies, you can still say that the visuals look. I mean, Alice in Wonderland sucks balls, but it looks gorgeous still. So there's that. Dumbo looks great.
Also, neither of the children are that expressive, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, the boy is more enthusiastic with his verbal delivery, but other than that, he's just as stoic as the little girl is.
Okay.
It's a generic Disney boy, sure. Right?
Okay,
That's
to be fair to the
right.
boy, he actually feels like a character. The girl feels like, okay, more than that, she feels like she could be one of those creepy children in one of the movies where the twist is that the kid is the killer. Hey!
Wow.
So the
Did
girl
you
from
watch the
Asani?
good one before this or something?
No. Even better, Pedro. The girl from the movie Orphan.
Oh,
I
I,
guess.
I said that actually.
Hey,
Wait,
we've
you've seen
we've
the
had our
movie
soap
Orphan,
operas.
Dibs.
Well, no, I was just saying I was the one who said the good son.
Excuse me, everybody. This is your director speaking. I noticed that. Oh, hold on. Never mind. Joke aborted.
Well, it's
We've
a
had
circus.
soap operas where the children turn out to be the murderers, so
Yeah, Brookside.
EastEnders.
And Brookside got cancelled not too long after that storyline aired.
Why did the people find it to be jumping the shark?
It was going downhill for a while at that point, I think.
Yeah, it was going downhill for a while. I'm guessing that was one of the straws
So,
that broke the camel's back for some people.
so let me guess. It's one of those typical stories of the circus is starting to wear down, full of disgruntled workers, and they really need to get with the modern times or find a way to save the business.
Not an issue they had in the original movie at all.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna,
Is
you
it-
know, okay.
To make it more realistic or something.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but at the rate this movie is going, if it doesn't shape up sooner or later, I'm gonna have to say that Ace Attorney's Turnabout Big Top did this whole plot point of the circus flailing better.
Not that it's hard, I assure you. But yeah, the Medici brothers. Ha ha ha. All right, time for Dumbo to debut on stage. Let's see how he does. Oh yeah, first it's Mrs. Jumbo.
Dear baby Jumbo.
Well, that's actually a reference to the original film, to be fair.
They
That's,
didn't have
this-
him. Oh,
It's
sorry.
been a while
Oh.
since I've seen the original.
Yes, Shuri?
They didn't have him perform in the original, did they? It was just an exhibit, right?
Well, it was like this, Shuri, actually. This is actually one of the few scenes that's actually taken straight from the original film, where they have him dresses as a baby, and it's baby Jumbo, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So,
You're
so
right.
this is actually one of the scenes that's actually pretty much lifted from the original film, just with the new humans added in.
Yeah. Put on the mustache, I'm sure no one will tell it shit.
I'm guessing
know.
he feels ashamed of himself. Like, why does he have to hide his identity?
I don't even.
Well,
I'm
they
guessing,
dressed him like that.
I'm guessing he's playing some kind of character or something. I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care.
Okay. Like, I get that, the ringleader gave him, like, oh. Well, snap. I guess the idea is, I know that the ringleader gave him a fake arm so that he wouldn't, quote-unquote, scare the kids with the fact that he's...
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and finish, sorry.
Oh, snap.
This is another
Oh.
thing, by the way.
Ah.
Dumbo. Ha, 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 ha. Anyway, yeah. This is another thing. In here, he doesn't just hold a feather like he did in the original. In here, he literally sniffs up feathers into his nose, and they just stay there. Like, so he's literally breathing in feathers for some reason. And apparently, this is what gives him the motivation to fly in this movie. I don't even understand this change where he literally breathes in the feathers.
Oh, so I guess now that's supposed to be the elephants
What do you mean
being...
he's a fake?
I thought she said freak, not fake.
I mean,
don't know.
They're saying it now. Dumbo, fake.
Come on, the
fake,
CGI's not that bad. Come on.
I think they're accusing the ears of being fake.
Oh, so the problem isn't even with him, really. It's with the circus.
Yeah, if they can even hear the music.
Wow, really? What is even the point of you?
Also, you're really gonna
I'm
go
here.
up and intimidate something that can kill you?
So
I'm
what?
here to be the cartoonishly evil guy.
So
don't you
they-
know?
Wait. So let me guess. His plan was to convince the mother elephant to go and protect her son so that she would look wild and then have to be locked up, I guess, to get revenge on her.
That's the
Which
thing,
I
Jova.
guess means that the elephant is able to understand him.
Actually, no, Jova. As you can see, Colin Farrell managed to calm Mrs. Jumbo down.
Oh,
So no.
so okay, so... Ow.
Oh crap.
Seriously.
Well, okay.
What did you think was gonna happen? Like,
Okay,
Jesus.
how come? Okay, does that also ever get fired in this movie?
We'll
I
have to
think-
wait and
if
see,
I'm
I
not-
guess.
I think so. I don't remember it
Because
very well.
I mean, Colin Farrell had the situation in hand, and then that idiot ran in.
The children are just
deliberately
standing there.
agitated the elephant, and now he nearly caused people to die in it.
Just so
in the
that he
circus, I
can
mean.
get... So just so that he can get back at Holt and the elephant, I guess.
I don't even. This movie's so dumb.
This isn't what the original
Oh, and he
movie
got.
was
Oh,
about.
never mind. He
Oh!
got killed, so,
Okay,
It
so...
went beyond that, Shiroi. Even on its own merits, this is just dumb.
So...
well, hey, okay. At least he got his comeuppance.
Yeah, he literally got killed. Like, okay, so it appears our bad guy is dead, ladies and gentlemen.
How long
Well,
are we into the movie?
25 minutes.
And 25 minutes and the villain's dead already.
That's a new
Don't worry,
record.
Debs. Don't worry, Debs. Aaron's gonna give us a new villain.
Oh, snap. Even the police had to show up for this.
Well, yeah, somebody died.
Jasper
Another problem that I have is how, okay, in the original film, all of the elephant, all of the
Oh,
adult
look, guys. Of course. His hat and everything. Just
hey,
reminded
guys.
that that's him.
Hey, Jova, is it inappropriate if I start singing "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead"?
Nah, I mean, clearly,
he's a douche.
clearly the movie wanted us to hate him.
Mad elephant. And there you go, Jova. Now we're already doing the Baby Mine sequence.
Okay, Disney, if you're listening, let me just say this. There is such a thing as half-assing stuff, and you tend to do it a little too much with songs. Like, I mean, okay, I get it. The elephants can't talk, so instead we're having someone else sing it, but I don't know. Like, I feel like they're...
Well, to be fair, in the original film, it wasn't the mom singing either. It was just a song that was playing over the scene, to be fair. So, to be fair, it was never meant to be Mrs. Jumbo singing anyway. So...
I suppose, though...
The original movie was not... The original movie was not even a musical... Well, actually, no, it did have the crow singing. Never mind, you're right. But
Was that the only song?
But this song in particular was sung over the scene, not by the characters. So this is another problem. This scene was a very powerful scene in the original film because the original film bothered to build up to it and earn it. This scene in here, they play it 27 minutes in this 2-hour movie.
Okay. So, let's see. So, compare this to the original. In the original, what Mrs. Jumbo did was, well, manhandle a boy who was clearly harassing her son. In here, she kind of ended up killing a guy, so I guess the idea is to make it a lot more drastic appearing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she didn't directly kill him. The damage she caused something to fall onto him, and he was killed because of that.
Not to
To
mention...
be fair, and again, to be fair, it was karma against him because
Rufus had it. Rufus was the one who even caused the whole situation to begin with.
Oh, absolutely. But of course, nobody really knows that that's the case except for Holt. So I guess the idea is that that's to raise the stakes.
Yeah. So there you go. The most iconic scene of the original film is already done. It's half-assed, it doesn't work, and it's done. Good job.
I thought the most iconic scene of the original film was Dumbo, flying at the climax.
Well, okay, fine, I guess. Yeah, sure. Don't worry, Joe. We're gonna get that one in like about 7 minutes or so. So, whatever.
Oh, snap. Are they gonna put her down?
No, Jova. Fuck off.
Okay, seriously, girl.
I'm with Colin Farrell on this one. Fuck off, like, seriously.
Okay, seriously. Okay, what is it with Disney liking to make their female protagonists so unlikable while insisting that we're supposed to like them?
I think they do a better job doing those in TV shows.
It seems. So, where exactly are they taking her?
Somewhere.
Like, I mean, in the original, they just kept her caged off somewhere on the circus. Here...
Flat out taking her somewhere, I don't know where.
Basically, they're selling her off or something like that. Don't worry, we already know.
I know, she'll be back. Like, I mean, again, my guess is like, well, like with her rampage unintentionally ending up killing a man, the idea is like, well, this is to sort of, raise the stakes in a way, sort of.
Yeah, see, this is exactly. Look at Dumbo's expression right now. Like,
oh yeah, it's very good.
It was still restrained to the point where it doesn't feel like the live action like texture of the model becomes cartoonish with its face. No, it keeps itself restrained enough so that it's still believable as a real elephant. It doesn't look like a cartoony elephant. It looks like a real elephant, just with expressions. That's how the Lion King remake should have looked like.
What, did you want to snark some more at your dad? So go, oh, Mom would have been able to save the mother elephant, or Mom would have been able to prevent Rufus from dying. Heck, why don't you just say...
Okay. I would be surprised at some point she would have, she says some even more dickish comment like, well, Mom wouldn't have lost her arm.
Or,
Ugh.
Mom would have stopped World War I by now.
Mom would have stopped the whole concept of war.
Mom is better than you.
Like, I'm sorry, but the way her acting is, she comes off as a downright dick.
Yeah.
Remember, the director said
know.
A-okay to all of this.
Okay, I get, and yes, I know she's a kid. The kids can sometimes act like dicks, but the key word there is sometimes.
Yeah, that's basically how I feel about Simba, like in how he literally wakes up his dad in the middle of the morning. Okay, yeah, Dad, go take me to see the kingdom. Don't stop sleeping and shit. Like,
I mean, okay. Simba was a hyperactive kid. And you know what? Kids do tend to bother their parents a lot. I get that. The problem is, like, well, this girl... Well, she doesn't so much act like a kid, so much as she acts more like...
Did you notice her petting Dumbo? Even though she's petting Dumbo, she looks bored as crap. And she's petting him with only one finger. She's not even using her entire palm.
Okay.
Seriously.
So here's the thing. Simba, I get, him being like a bit of a bratty kid, but that was sort of part of, the rise before the fall here. And, he was much younger. The thing with this girl is that she doesn't act like a normal kid, and okay, far be it from me to say that there's a set way that children have to act, like maybe losing her mother aged her up or whatnot, but the way she acts is so dull that, like I said, like Brie Larson in Captain Marvel, she comes off as more a pompous asshole than, just dull.
That's how I felt about Doctor Strange in his first movie, and yeah, he got better.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, the guy is kind of a dick, so
Well, that's kind of the whole point.
I kind of expect him to be a dick.
I'll get more into it when we get to Doctor Strange.
Stephen Strange at the beginning of the movie is supposed to be basically like Dr. House,
Again, I'll save that for another.
I'd still say they both come off different, though. Even though I don't have an issue with either of them.
A feather.
So, okay, the feather kind of came later into the movie, like...
Yeah, see? He literally sniffs the feathers. Like, wouldn't this be a... Oh.
So I guess the idea is like, well, this actually gives him an excuse to fly. And of course...
That girl almost emoted there for a second.
She is emoting.
Oh my god.
Is this going to be another case where the composer, in this case Danny Elfman, has to do the acting for them?
Maybe the idea is he's just trying to imitate the motion of the feather.
I think part of the issue is like, well, I get it, we're showing off Dumbo flying early, but wasn't the whole him being able to fly something that was supposed to come up later, which would lead into
the end of the movie, pretty much?
That's exactly the problem, Jova. The sequence, first the baby mine scene, now this. The sequence, even when this movie is still technically kind of doing the plot of the original film, the events are out of order, and it's just so baffling why Aaron Kruger decided to write it this way.
Like, okay, was there like a Disney mandate that said that they needed to add on more to this movie?
Well, to be fair, well, they needed to at the very least make it to the 90-minute of runtime, I'm assuming, considering the original film was only 1 hour and 10, around there.
The original film. One of the shortest ever Disney movies. Why? Because Disney didn't want to have to spend any more time than he did on that movie.
But if the movie if the movie doesn't warrant 90 minutes, it shouldn't be 90 minutes.
Oh, snap. We literally are getting to the climax now.
Look, I know
Exactly.
people might think that in this day and age, a movie that's only around an hour or so is probably not worth it for cinema release. But this movie was an hour for a reason. Keep it to an hour. There's nothing wrong with movies being shorter than 90 minutes for cinema release.
Exactly. That's what I say about the Winnie the Pooh 2011 movie. That movie was as long as it needed to be. That's it.
I hate this obsession with having to fill out a runtime, although TV networks are worse with it than movie studios, I'd say.
You can do it, Dumbo.
Well, TV stuff typically only goes up to like an hour anyway.
So, Jova.
Yeah, but even then, sometimes you get them doing weird shit in order to stretch it to that hour.
So, Jova, like you yourself said, we're basically in the climax of the original film right now. So so you're probably wondering, Jova, what the hell is left in the rest of the in the 90 minutes after this?
What Pedro said, and also, I'm not sure if this was said in the last movie commentary or if this was after we stopped recording, but Pedro quoted me by saying Endgame didn't feel as long as this. And that's a 3-hour movie. We're not even an hour into this. I am bored out of my mind.
Basically, when I showed Shiro this movie privately, she herself even said that, like, she was bored as crap, and she literally just blurted it out. Endgame didn't feel this long.
I will say this though, for as off as this movie feels, it still doesn't feel as bad as Mulan to me so far.
Oh no, it isn't. Mulan is the worst one. I will agree with you there. But this one in particular is probably the most baffling to me because, Mulan is just a bunch of people who don't know what the hell they're doing, getting everything wrong, both culturally and storytelling wise. This, I couldn't even begin to explain to you, Jova, what the hell happened with this movie. Why the hell did Tim Burton and Aaron Kruger decide to do it this way? I will never know.
I will kind of agree in this. Okay, so I guess it's an interesting act. He puts out the fire. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get that they were laughing at him at first, but now they're actually cheering him.
Also, that monkey will haunt my nightmares.
Oh,
You were
snap.
saying, Jova? You agree with what?
What are the chances of... Oh, snap, and now he has to fly. Sorry, you were saying, Pedro?
Well, actually, you were saying, I agree with what?
Oh, crap, what was I talking about at that time?
You interrupted yourself to talk about something else, so... Sorry.
Okay. That's another thing I've noticed. The girl's acting is so monotone that I got more emotion from that line of dialogue she said out of the subtitles.
Oh! Ha! Yeah.
Why is the subtitle different?
The subtitle has an exclamation mark at the end.
Here, you can be little girl, I'll be Tim. You see, little girl, I want you to act like you don't have a pulse. Your heart is literally frozen. So...
Okay.
See, again, say what you will about the kid, but Tim thought, yeah, sure, this is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're being directed by Tim Burton.
And Tim Burton has directed kids before, and greatly, for the record. So...
It's okay! She's only what?
She isn't dead.
You know who I don't miss here, Jova?
Who?
Timothy. I don't miss him at all.
Oy.
It's not like he was. It's not like a lot of the wit from the original film came from him or anything.
So just sucking up the feathers automatically get him to fly or something?
It's like
I know, right?
It's like a power up in the video game.
I know, right, Jova? I don't even understand. Like, Aaron Kruger at some point wrote this, and nobody thought it was a joke. It seems like in the original film, the flying was symbolic of Dumbo getting over his fears and owning up to his quote-unquote differences.
Which I guess you could say that they're kind of doing here. But again, you have to wonder, what more will there be?
Well, Aaron Kruger's next film is the sequel to Top Gun.
Ha, comeuppance.
And again, to be fair, there are other writers. So
True.
for Top Gun Maverick, I mean.
The tale of Dumbo is true. Wonder Elephant soars to fame. There you go, Jova. Meet the new villain.
With his own Alfred Pennyworth.
Corporate big shot.
Played by yes, Michael Keaton plays a corporate evil douchebag.
Ah, so he's playing evil Bruce Wayne.
Yes, this is Bruce Wayne. In his later years, decided to retire from being a superhero and even sold Wayne Enterprises, and he became the head of an entertainment company or a circus company, whatever it is.
Question, Jova. At any point, is there at any point in the comics that Bruce Wayne decides to make an entertainment branch of Wayne Enterprises?
Several times.
Okay, so I can say that this is a worse sequel in the Batman film series than Batman and Robin. I mean, seriously, he's had plastic surgery and now he's back to looking like Michael Keaton again, albeit older.
And for some reason, Dumbo was really excited.
Let me guess. He thought they were bringing back his mother.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
That's a very nice way of putting it to him. Sorry, Dumbo, he's not your mum.
Okay, but that's the thing, Jova. Usually, this would happen if Dumbo heard his mom, do a noise or something. No, it was just the noise of a car. How would he mistake that for?
To be fair, he's an animal. He probably associates sights and sounds with what Okay. He's an animal, so probably that car left an
green.
What?
From Casino Royale, and interestingly enough, she was in Burton's previous movie, Miss Peregrine's Home for Extraordinary. I forgot the
Extraordinary Children.
Yeah, it was a movie.
Maybe she's the most recent joinee of the Tim Burton regulars. Oops.
I guess.
Hey, Jova. Sorry, Jova. Don't quote me on this, but I get the feeling Michael Keaton is not very trustworthy, just at a first glance. Call it a hunch.
Well, let's see what happens. Okay, I gotta know what kind of emergency he's asked for.
Unfortunately, we never find out.
Okay, now to be fair, sometimes remakes do add on some new stuff to the movie, either to put a new spin on it, or to try and do something. Well,
True.
that's just about
it.
Okay. Put a spin on it.
But you know what most remakes don't do, Dwips? They don't just get through the plot of the original throughout the first third, and then have 2 entire thirds of original material that has nothing to do with anything.
Okay, you know what?
Is it? I take it it's not very good.
Okay. To be fair, it wouldn't be the first time a remake has gone beyond the original tale of the story and seen what happens after, so I'm not completely adverse to that. What I would like to see is how they manage it. So, what's this woman's deal? Is she like Michael Keaton's wife in this movie or something?
She's his number 1 performer.
I see.
I swear, it looks like Michael Keaton is wearing his pajamas. Yeah, he has a thing there. He has a shirt under it, but the actual out under the coat looks like a pajama.
I found it. Apparently, Eva Green's character is Michael Keaton's character's faux girlfriend.
Ah, okay.
Is that all she does?
Honestly, Dibs, they don't even focus on that aspect. I could tell you that.
She's a trapeze artist.
Yeah,
Ah.
she is. Okay, so you can do hand tricks.
Oh, he has a
Shall I-
sleight of
shall-
hand.
Should I applaud you for that?
Yeah, the circus is totally a dying industry that will go out of business. I mean, I may not be fond of circuses, but come on, are we okay? Like, was there really like a dying? Okay, when does this movie even take place?
I don't know. They never say it.
Okay.
I mean, the train is clearly a locomotive, an old school locomotive. So clearly, it's probably like in the 19th century, maybe.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. So their father came back from a war. Was it World War One or World War Two?
I don't even. That's the thing, Joe, but they don't say. Also, did you notice Michael shit-eating grin through the camera?
Yes.
I think he might.
Dreamland.
I think he might be evil.
No. Next you'll be telling me Disney makes hypocritical messages in their movies.
Imagine.
That could never happen.
Imagine that. Anyway, Colosseum.
Oh my God, she smiled.
Every time she smiles, you know what?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I love what the father said. Mom would have loved to see this. I love how he acted fed up. I'm saying, look, I'm sure she knows we're here.
Yeah. Even the dad is tired of his own daughter, and quite frankly, I don't blame him.
Like, I get it. You miss your mom, but is she all you think of aside from Dumbo nowadays?
Like, I get grieving, takes a long time, she's still a small child, but like, she's treating her father like shit, and like, her father's not even abusive or anything. He's trying.
Not
Like,
just that. Not just that, she
Yeah,
They're trying to.
again, he's got an arm missing for fuck's sake.
Oh, okay. So is this the girl's character now? She
And
loves science.
and he's still got the willpower to give his all for his kids. I mean, the son seems very appreciative of that.
That's the thing, Jova. She's a smart geek type character, basically.
We make the impossible possible. Cute.
That's the thing, Shiroi. They're trying to, like I just said, they're trying to portray her as smart beyond her years. So you'd think a girl who's smart beyond her years would be able to realize that this is not the right way to do things. But
again, smart people have no common sense.
well, obviously, but if the movie's
Yeah, exactly.
but if the movie's trying to portray her as a smart one, probably should start having her act like one.
No, I mean, she lacks the common sense to realize that her father's just doing his best.
Pretty much.
And she's still dumb in my eyes.
You're not dumb if you're in a circus, though. I really don't get that about her, because it takes a lot of work and training to do this.
Exactly.
Now, that's another thing I've noticed in Disney movies. They make quite a few of their recent characters can just somehow do things without training.
Well, to be fair, I mean, which character in this movie is doing that?
No, I was talking about in general. Because like she already mentioned.
He said Disney movies in general.
Well, I guess, but I don't see how that relates to what we're talking about right now.
I was going off what Shiori was saying.
Yeah.
I think she was saying
that. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. We seem to have Korean off into a detour. We are now in a different plot. So,
I mean, look, if they focus on Dumbo, I wouldn't mind this too much.
that's the problem. They don't. Dumbo's basically been relegated to a side character in his own freaking movie. Aaron, explain this to me. What exactly is your problem with allowing a main character to be the focus? That's why he's the main character. He's supposed to be the focus.
Yeah, but yeah, to be honest, Pedro, with considering that, I'm actually surprised that the Major was actually the main character in her own movie.
Honestly, I guess. Ooh.
This is another problem as well.
God, he's gonna fall in love with her and she's gonna be their new mother, isn't she?
Jova, I'm surprised at you. That would be incredibly dumb, cliche, and absolutely lazy. And yes, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Not just, and that's exactly, well, might as well say, that's actually a good segue into what I was about to say, Jova, so allow me. This is another problem, Jova. Dumbo at this point is basically just a plot device for the character relationships between the humans, really. He's kind of just here as an excuse to get these characters to, become a family, basically. They're the focus now, not Dumbo. Dumbo's just there to help the human storyline, really. Would a baby elephant even have the strength to?
Oh yeah. Yes, a baby elephant can be pretty strong.
I guess.
Look at how graceful through the air she is.
I don't care. Can we get back to where Mrs. Jumbo is?
Wow, so she's just as pompous as the girl. So of course the girl's probably gonna like her and want her to be her new mother then.
Kind of fitting. Although isn't she supposed to be working with the bad guy, so in that respect it does kind of somewhat make sense.
Don't you see, Dwibs? Women can't really be the bad guys in our movies. Oh my god, it's just like Mulan where they made the sorceress all of a sudden a good guy.
It's
They didn't make it all of a sudden, but it was still shit anyway.
I mean, it's like, I don't know why, but Disney don't seem to like ever having a straight female bad guy in their movies.
Jova, what are you talking about? Women are not evil. Only us disgusting men are capable of evil things. What are you talking about?
For Ragnarok.
Moron.
That was back in 2017, Dwibs. Ever since Disney's tried to start going woke and all that, in 2018 to 2019 was when things were getting weird.
Not really, because Disney stopped using villains altogether for a lot of it.
Yeah, that too.
No, I'm fine with that. I don't
to be fair, if the last villain nowadays, whenever they do a villain, they do it really terribly. So, if anything, maybe it's just for the best, I guess.
Movies don't need to have a villain for there to be a conflict. See Moana.
Okay,
exactly. There you go.
Well, to be fair, Moana technically had a villain.
It didn't really.
It
had antagonists.
I see what you mean, but not really I don't know. It's just like that thing that you're talking about only becomes a threat at the end, really.
Well, I mean, a villain who becomes a threat at the end is still a villain.
Yes, but that's not really what I think of when I think villain. And I think villain, I think someone like Maleficent, someone like Jafar.
Well, Pedro, what are you talking about? Maleficent's not a villain these days.
No, I prefer the original version, not the feminist revision version. So thank you.
And yet apparently Nomura likes the new Maleficent for some reason that escapes me.
Well, regardless,
I
well,
mean,
to
he
be
can
fair,
like whatever he likes. It's just
well,
I know.
Well, to his credit, the Maleficent in Kingdom Hearts still is based on the original anyway. So I guess it technically is not him liking that is not harming anything. I guess. So, whatever.
Although going off at the end of Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory without spoiling, it does seem like they may have found a way for live-action remakes to now be a thing in Kingdom Hearts.
Well, to be fair, Jova,
That sounds disgusting.
Okay. To be fair, we still don't know that that's what they're going with. Like it can mean to other things as well. Let's just
Also,
wait
I
and
don't
see.
mind spoilers since I can't actually play that game anyway.
well, I mean that's
Well,
the thing,
no,
Shiro.
no,
Yeah,
that's the
people
thing,
might
Shiro.
not have played the game yet.
No, that's the thing, Shiroi. You know, that's the thing, Shiroi. If I spoil Melody of Memory for you, I would have to spoil Kingdom Hearts 3 as well because it's all right after. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I already had that spoiled for me.
I mean,
Okay.
personally,
The whole shebang.
I mean, personally,
Beautiful.
I prefer more of some of Square's more unknown IPs to have a chance.
I
in
would
that
agree
series.
with that.
Well, Shiroi, since you've seen Kingdom Hearts 3, speaking of villains who clearly are villains, but we're supposed to see as good guys. Okay, so this is interesting. Somebody actually riding Dumbo while he's flying. Okay, that's interesting. We're doing interesting stuff with Dumbo, and Jesus, we're over halfway through the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You say we're over halfway through the movie. I'm just like, we're only
We're
halfway
halfway
through the movie.
there.
Well,
halfway
okay.
there.
I think the thing with me is like, well, it's not so much that the movie... Okay, the movie is definitely probably too long for its own good, but it's not that it feels that way for me. It's more just a... Okay, that's cute. Reference to the original animated flick with the plushies.
Like, I'm sorry. I feel every second of this.
I think... Okay. I think Pedro put it best. It's not so much that I'm bored, it's more like I'm befuddled and...
I'm on the same boat as Jova.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Oh, like I said, no. This is not. It may not. It's not necessarily that it's the worst. It's more so the fact that it's the most baffling.
Well, now that's an interesting sight to see. Thank you, Disney. Oh, but let me guess. The old circus folk are now put aside and only are there to watch now, instead of doing it like they should truly do it in the circus.
This is the future now. By the way, you're all fired. Is that a reference to something?
Oh? Okay, so this is before the moon landing, obviously. It could be 1930s.
Well, yeah, I mean, otherwise I would have been inclined to believe this is like some sort of weird movie that takes place in no set time.
Hey, Shiroi, hopes and dreams, hopes and dreams.
Hopes and dreams.
Is that a reference to something?
Yes.
Was it Kingdom Hearts again?
No. Although you'd think a line like that would be in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh no. You know, I don't know, guys. I'll still take, at the very least, like I just for the Keys of Light scene alone. I mean, it's just I'll take it, to be honest with you.
Take what?
Basically, Webs. There's a scene in Kingdom Hearts 3 that basically is a big big thank you to the fans who played the mobile game, basically.
Oh yeah, that was nice, if not weird as well, for reasons. But now is not really the time to go into why that scene was so
No,
weird.
Java, the pink elephant scene.
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
Don't you
Of all-
see? It's more realistic instead of being a hallucination. Did they at least give us the song?
Nope. Or do they? I don't even remember.
Wasn't one of the complaints against the original Dumbo is that that scene was kind of
Oh,
pointless?
there we go.
It was pointless, but it was also incredibly fun and incredibly creative visually. This, on the
Oh,
other
but yeah,
hand,
but wasn't that why Disney cut that scene from Snow White though?
What?
well,
Dumbo
well,
came
It
out
look- a
after.
scene that looks fun, but wasn't terrible. Didn't have much of a point, so he cut it out the movie.
well, I don't know what to tell you, Dips.
I mean, I'm fine with this, but at least give us the lyrics.
I don't think you're gonna get them, Jova.
The visuals do look amazing.
I prefer the original.
I mean, the elephants themselves aren't even pink; it's the lights.
Still, though, what's the context of this? Like, in the original film, Dumbo got drunk. Like, yeah, obviously, hallucinating isn't really supposed to be what getting drunk does. But with here, I guess it's just a thing
It
that he
looks like
sees
an
happening.
elephant. Michael Buffer.
Why are you here? Did you have nothing better to announce?
Well, I
Michael?
mean, he'd already done Creed 2, so
Ah,
Uh,
referencing
Yeah,
that
they're doing the
song.
line.
I guess it's better than the goddamn racist crows.
They could have at least, brought in the song in some form of another no, but yes, I do agree.
okay, that's probably the best part of the movie's opinion.
I do like the sense of
Michael Buffer twisting the wording a bit to make it more appropriate for Dumbo.
I do like the sense of scale with some of the set work. I'll give it that.
Well, again, it's like Pedro said before. If there's anything Tim Burton's good at consistently in his movies, is the visual style
Mm-hmm.
and the quality of said visual style. It's a pity he seems to have forgotten how to direct child actors.
Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, I wouldn't be surprised if that locket at first turns out to be a Keyblade if this gets into a Kingdom Hearts game.
A Locket Keyblade.
Well, since there's that rumored live action show,
Possibly. It makes me wonder,
what would it
though.
even be about, though?
It makes me wonder, though. If you do a live-action Kingdom Hearts, would you actually get back, like, the live-action actors from the live-action Disney remakes to reprise their roles for it? Because,
Okay, that would probably break Disney's budget.
I wouldn't even. I don't think even like if
I
it
don't
was
know,
up-
Dwibs. Given, the budget of their upcoming MCU series, which have, the film actors in them, maybe they could afford it.
Yeah. What if has most of all the actors? But I don't. Honestly, I still don't even see the point personally. I would have far preferred. It wouldn't be. I personally think it would be a lot cooler if we would just have the Square Enix characters be with the same level of quality of CGI that Square is good at, combined with hand-drawn, with the hand-drawn characters drawn in their original hand-drawns. And now that would be a Kingdom Hearts series that I would love to see.
Then we have to
Not-
ask which would actually cost them more money, though, because CGI, unfortunately, is not cheap.
Well, Disney has more money than God. Use it.
That is also true. What?
Okay,
Regardless, I would still prefer an animated series.
Oh.
personally, to the point of a live action series.
okay. Is this Is this secret? Okay, is the twist now that Michael Keaton secretly planning to assassinate his girlfriend?
Don't you see, the idea is like, oh, he wants the audience to really be pumped, so he doesn't include a nut. Which would mean he would be in trouble if she dies.
So it's basically he's putting on a huge risk.
Like...
Oh.
Oh dear.
And the dude doesn't seem bothered at all.
Like,
No.
gee, maybe not having a safety net was a bad idea with how much it would throw off both of your main actors.
Mm-hmm. Why is everybody in this movie so stupid?
And of course he catches her. Like, I mean,
This movie's still going.
you know, I really don't get Michael Keaton's character. I get it, you're a rich dick, but asshole, you could very well be sued if somebody dies.
Okay, now this makes a bit more sense. Yeah, he heard his mom in the distance. See?
Wait, is that his mom?
Well, yeah, they're using her as a mad elephant attraction of some sort, like.
And don't elephants have a more acute sense of hearing?
Not to mention, with those big ears, yeah.
So they are, so that actually kind of makes sense. Well done, movie.
Okay. So, yeah, the scene is fine. He flies around. Good, good.
But we already had this scene when we were doing the climax of the original film.
Well, now we had another climax, and I guess he's off to find his mother.
What do you mean another climax? We're still 40 odd minutes away from this ending. How many climaxes does this movie need? I must go now. My planet needs me.
Also, Dwibs, believe.
Jova, you know how much that triggers me.
Well, the movie included it.
Oh no, sorry, that's I believe, because
Jesus
Shyamalan loves to use that.
So what a coincidence.
Could you imagine a Disney live-action remake directed by M. Night Shyamalan?
Mm.
What would even be up his alley? Remake of The Haunted Mansion?
No. Leave that to Guillermo del Toro. Oh, golly, cute. Was that supposed to be an Indiana Jones reference?
Great, so we can have movies like Crimson Peak with incest.
Huh. Anyway, let's see. If M. Night Shyamalan were to do a Disney live-action remake, I think his would be... Shoot, I was gonna say Sorcerer's Apprentice, but they already did that one.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thank you very much for coming. Now go away.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, Michael Keaton does look like he's having fun.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I was having fun.
We're barely over the halfway point.
I mean...
So is this movie... So to Shiori and Pedro, is this movie like a Dementor to you or something?
Not quite boring enough for that rank. I can find way more boring movies. Although this is still boring.
I think the thing about Michael Keaton's character is this.
I think Alita was more boring still. Sorry, internet.
Well, yeah, I didn't find Alita terribly interesting either.
Your hot take. You're quite firing on your hot takes
Yeah,
recently, aren't you?
you see,
Shiroi?
guys, me and Shiri have been full of hot takes this year. We're the ones that
This
actually
this
enjoyed Iron Man
quarantine has
3.
got us throwing out the spicy
Yeah.
takes.
Remember, Shiri, we're Iron Man 3 buddies.
Oh my god, I love that.
Yes.
Whatever, guys.
Okay. Seriously, Vander Ray really has no right to get angry at anyone but himself. Like, dude, I get that you're trying to prove a point, but safety for your actress is not asking for too much. Keep the goddamn net.
Again, if I didn't know any better, I thought this was some secret plot to have his girlfriend killed
Wait.
or something.
I love that line. He says, no, he'll do whatever she wants. What, like he thinks the elephants can plan against him or something?
That'd be a movie. That'd be a movie I watch. Dumbo with his mum being able not only to be able to be really super smart elephants, but are able to conspire in a heroic way.
So now he's literally going to kill the mother now. I see. You're one of the. You're one of those.
I mean, Pedro. To be fair, it's the villain saying that. We're not meant to take him serious.
I know, but this is such a stupid villain cliche. That's the problem.
I mean, okay. I get what they're trying to go with, showing how, he didn't have a good upbringing, his dad was terrible, and it rubbed off on him. Like, okay, fine, I get it.
You have an emotion.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even when she was supposedly running off in a huff, she was robotic. Or running off upset, I should say.
Oh, look at that. Her redeeming qualities.
Mm-hmm.
See, she truly does care.
It's getting dangerously close to Jason.
Yeah, this is another thing. Now suddenly this woman is now suddenly all worried about these people that she literally just met like hours ago.
Oh?
Days at most.
They just need you to believe in them. When was him believing in them ever an issue?
It is now, goddammit.
Well, and look, I'm sorry, if that's supposed to be translation for, he should have treated them better, screw off. I'm pretty sure he's done the best he can considering how he's a circus hand with literally only one hand, damn it.
Madame Marie Curie. Get it? Because Marie Curie was one of the all-time great, the first great female scientists.
I can't wait to see how this goes.
Okay, is this gonna be like Legend of Titanic, where it turns out Dumbo was just being used as a mouthpiece for some female empowerment propaganda?
I don't think so.
Like, I'm sorry, Shira, I'm trying to get what's the point of the girl in all of this, if not for some cheap
New
female...
mother figure.
She misses her mum.
New mother figure.
Oh, and like I guess that Claudette is probably going to be her new mother.
Yeah, this is what I paid to watch.
Oh, so this must be in the
fucking
1800s.
Dumbo.
This must be in the 1800s, though, because you mentioned this is all going to be in the 20th century.
Wait, it can't be the 1800s, though, because they mentioned the father coming back from a war, and
Well, there was plenty of war in the 1800s, Joe.
Let me put it this way, Aaron. When you put the name Marie Curie in your script for Dumbo, you've already fucked up. Why the fuck should Marie Curie ever be mentioned in a Dumbo movie?
Let me check when Marie Curie was founded.
Marie Curie is a person, Babs. She was the
Yeah, I know,
first.
I know.
She was the
She
woman
was
that split the atom.
Yeah, she was around from 1867 to 1934, so it's not that far fetched. But that is mentioned in the movie around this time.
It has nothing to do with whether or not it's appropriate to the time. This was for the fact. What the hell does Marie Curie have to do with Dumbo? Ugh. But anyway,
Oh,
whatever.
but now look at it, of course. Now he has to tell them that they're being tossed aside because they're old news. He literally has a pink slip behind him.
Oh, that's right. There was a small, big-eared elephant in this movie, wasn't there?
Wow.
Blink and you'll miss it. Yeah, totally
Oh,
believe.
sweet.
Yeah, totally believe that we're gonna have a sad ending in this movie.
One last time to see him fly. I wonder if all our problems will be fixed by that last time. Oh, that's nice. The butler resigned. He's a good guy, guys. And he
care.
comes forth about them. Shiroi,
Yeah,
why am I supposed
he's
to
a
care
good
about
guy.
this?
He resigned from the bad guy's employee.
Shiroi, why am I supposed to care?
I don't know, because I don't.
You know, but you know what? Back to before though. That's the thing. Jova and Shiro and you got,
This Dreamer doesn't deserve him. No Sakas does.
brilliant.
Yes, Pedro?
Well, your movie doesn't deserve this special effect. I can agree with that. Anyway,
Wait, what kind of harebrained scheme are you gonna come up with? Oh my.
all right, this is the plot now. Now we have to break into Dreamland and free Mrs. Jumbo. This is our plot now.
I get it, you know, it's to add more climax to releasing the mother, but really?
But like you yourself said, Jova, how many climaxes does this movie need?
Like, Jesus.
Ugh.
Colosseum.
But anyway, you know what? Dwebs and hold on. You see that, Shuri? By the way.
Yeah. Like I spoke not a minute ago.
Sure. You guys like to talk about hot takes, Shuri and Dwebs? Yeah, whatever. You guys are just newcomers at this. Try this. I was a person in the '90s saying that I didn't like The Lion King. That's the hottest take you can possibly think of. I mean, saying you don't like The Lion
that is a
King,
spicy take, yes.
saying that you don't like that movie in the '90s. This was even before the internet, mind you.
Would a hot
Well,
take from me be that I really just don't care about Star Wars?
Well,
Well,
it's not like...
I'm not going to say they're bad movies. I just do not care.
Sure,
I've
sure.
got a hot take since we're on those.
What?
Wreck-It Ralph wasn't that good.
Nah.
You know
There
what?
go.
Like, you know what? This movie's not going to give us anything. Let's have the rest of the commentary be a bunch of hot takes. You know, come on.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hot take. Frozen 2 could have been better.
Actually, that's not a hot take at all. Most people say that.
Actually, a lot of people say that.
Yeah, a lot of people say that too.
So would you say that
you might
was...
need another attempt.
Would you say that take was as frozen as the name itself?
Sure, if it helps
Hot
you.
take. Sonic Heroes is a good game.
Kind of a medium warm take, seeing as how... Well, okay, I guess...
I've got one.
You know what? Fair enough.
I've got-
That counts.
Okay, I've got one. Might not necessarily be hot, but Sonic's never had a good story.
Okay,
in the
that is
games.
definitely a hot take.
in the
Okay.
games.
Yeah, hot take. What?
I should specify since I've not read the comics.
Yeah,
What?
the comics are a bit harder to analyze because they're written by so many different people with so many different arcs, and Ken Penders.
Oh,
Wow, so many
snap.
people, and notice what she just said. So many people and Ken Penders.
Ken
So
Penders.
Ken Penders is not a person.
Boy,
I
guys.
actually stole that from someone else.
Boy, I gotta say, the
Oh,
live
look at
action.
that! And apparently, this guy has superhuman strength.
Well, Pedro.
Push an
Well,
elephant.
well, Pedro, he is the strong man of the circus, after all.
Oh,
Also, I gotta.
Okay, but I'm sorry. It's a bit hard for me to believe that someone can literally bend fucking steel bars.
To be fair, that actually is possible in real life. Like, there are people strong enough to pull airplanes. I can buy that, actually. And considering how this is like maybe 1930s bars, might not be as reinforced as they were before.
Oh, here's an hot take. Then Klaus was just okay.
is that Netflix movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that we did a couple of years
Yeah,
ago.
I wasn't big on it either.
Oh, snap. So, okay, let me just point out the problem with the villain Michael Keaton. He's too evil for his own good. Like, I get it. He's evil and he loves it, but a lot of these problems that he has probably wouldn't have happened if he were less evil. Like, he wouldn't have had people setting Dumbo and his mother free if he didn't fire them. He wouldn't have had the initial problem if he hadn't removed the net just for the sake of drama here and there.
Not just that, a villain like this can only work if you go completely over the top with it. If you're not gonna bother making him an interesting character, at the very least go all out and make him an incredibly cartoonishly over the top bad guy that's just fun.
The
But
problem
no,
with this guy is that it's hard to believe him being a successful businessman with the dumbass moves he makes for the sake of being evil.
Yeah.
Like, okay, one could argue maybe he's trying to fire them to save money, but I'm pretty sure the guy makes enough money as it is to, hire them.
So what you're saying, Jove, is that his evilness is just as dumb as Disney's evilness.
Yeah.
So Michael Keaton Michael Keaton in this movie is a physical personification of the Walt Disney Company, basically.
Yeah, and going on about how like I said earlier, going on how about corporate mergers are evil, and yet the merger between Disney and Fox happened a few days before this film officially came out.
Oh yeah, Michael Buffer is still in this.
Weird, though. We have, like, a little under 30 minutes left, though. How long's this climax gonna be?
Well,
This is the movie that feels way longer than it is.
Well,
I've got
okay. That's the thing. I'm gonna agree with Dwibs. I don't even really feel the length. It's more just a case of befuddlement more than boredom.
I've I mean to help you guys feel a bit of something. I've got another hot take.
Okay.
Star Trek 4 is crap.
I actually agree with that. So,
To the majority, though. I think it's only a hot take if the majority would disagree.
Yeah, Star Trek 4 is a really popular movie. I mean,
All right,
I don't
hot take.
understand why, but I mean, it's their opinion. I mean, the comedy isn't funny, and the whole movie is just basically save the whales.
Okay,
Yeah.
Here's another hot take. The sequel to the Lion King live-action remake could actually be good. Like, they've said that it's apparently not gonna steal from Lion King 2, the animated feature, so they'll actually have to do original stuff. Now, if they can just, take into mind the criticisms people have about that movie, then it could definitely be better.
Was just about to say yes.
I don't really trust them to do anything worthwhile, to be honest with you.
That's decent cover, I guess.
Of course, he came around for them too.
The only upcoming live-action remake thingy that Disney's making right now, that I'm cautiously optimistic towards, is the Peter Pan one, because it's being made by the same guy who did the Pete's Dragon remake.
I mean, it can't be any worse than Pan.
For me, it's
Well,
Black Cauldron because they might actually be able to do something there.
True.
or make it even worse.
Okay.
I mean, that's the kind of remake I can actually applaud. Remaking something considered bad and trying to make something good out of it.
Yeah, like, and
I
honestly,
think
look, making Black Cauldron worse than the original would take concentrated effort to do.
I don't know. I can definitely see it happening. It can happen the other way, I agree, but at the same time, I don't know.
I feel like
Well,
there's so little to that story that they can only go up, but I'm not very optimistic. The thing is, though, I do agree with, remaking things that were bad to make them better is a better idea than remaking stuff that was already good. The problem is you're probably only going to pique people's interest if you start off remaking things that was already good. Because they're not going to check out something they knew was bad previously, I'd imagine. Some
That,
would, but a lot wouldn't.
like, okay, look, when you're remaking something bad, it needs to be something that people had a lot of interest from the get-go. Like, let me put it like this. Remaking Sonic 06 is probably a fool's errand. Because it's Sonic 06. From top to bottom, if you were to remake it to make it good, it would probably just end up being a different game. So, congrats, you wasted effort remaking something when you could have just billed it as its own game.
Honestly, considering how people feel about the game, it would probably be safer in terms of early 3D Sonic to remake Heroes because it's
Yeah.
not as beloved as Adventure, so they don't have to worry about people jumping down their throats. It's not like a lot of people just like don't care for it and others just flat out dislike it. It's probably the safest bet to remake.
Now, when it comes to say something like Black Cauldron, I'd say go right ahead with trying to remake it because there was potential in the idea. There was definitely potential. It's just that what we got out of it was such a bad mess. People ended up disappointed with it. It wasn't something that was fundamentally wrong, though.
Mm.
Also, another hot take. In 2019, Disney were really overusing the message of, oh, we have to split up as friends in the end, or we have to go our own separate ways. Like, seriously, Toy Story 4, Maleficent Mistress of Evil, Wreck-It Ralph 2, and Frozen 2.
Actually, Ralph Breaks the Internet was on 2018.
Was it? I could have sworn it was 2019.
No, November
it was
2018.
2018.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, though, yeah, it was getting overused around that time.
Sure, I can understand that.
Well, the music is good, I'll give it that.
And it's just like I mean, at the very least, I'll take racist CGI crows.
Nah,
No.
flat out disagree.
No, I'm sorry, but no, just no.
What's that? What was that?
I would not take racist crows over this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. We'll leave that in the bin where it belongs.
Yeah.
I'm just so bored.
Yeah, but look, there are some lines.
Nothing could make me that bored.
Oh no, it's the big bad guy! Skellig! Okay, to his credit, Michael Keaton is definitely giving it his all, but what's gonna be like the big climactic finish, I wonder? Oh snap.
Oh yeah, did I mention that Dumbo can now operate machinery?
He's a pretty... Well, elephants are pretty smart.
To this extreme? I find it hard to believe. You know, we never saw any actual proper transition from this woman's state of where she's, aligned with Michael Keaton to not being against him and betraying him for
We
the family.
We technically did see the transition. I think the transition began around the time when he refused to use a net, which, might have ended up with her dying.
That's it, though? We didn't even
Wait, what is he doing?
He's trying to switch the lights back on, but the guy said earlier if you do that without doing something else, you could cause a surge.
And just in time for a fire to occur. Oh, and look at that. Let me guess. Now, as karma, he loses his theme park because he messed with it all. Oh, and of course, we gotta have an iconic fight scene in the fire, don't we? Oh, and of course, the scene where he frees the animals because there's a fire going on, of course. And of course, he's got to ride one to show that he's still got it.
Yep, still got it.
Wonders of science.
So,
oh my god! You know what's the sad part? This set looks like a Rocketeer set, and I wish I was watching the Rocketeer right now.
It does look like a Rocketeer set, doesn't it? Also, dude, maybe you might want to run away. The place is on fire. Oh my god. Is he actually going to end up killing himself because he's so obsessed with turning the lights on, even though that elephant is well and truly gone?
Sure, anything to make this movie end.
Like I said, that guy is too evil for his own good.
Oh my god, this is still going.
Really? You know, Disney, there was a reason that James Cameron took out that scene where the bad guy butler in Titanic chases after Rose and Jack, because it would have kind of been a little too unrealistic for a bad guy to chase the heroes into what is clearly a dangerous situation like this guy is chasing these two kids into a burning tent. Goodbye.
If only he would have taken out the scene where the first mate shoots himself in the head. That would have been nice, but... Ugh.
Yes. And he apologized for that, but he shouldn't have had it in the first place.
Oh no! I've got another. Okay, I'll say take. I'm not sure if it's hot on it.
Of course, hot takes while there's a fire going on, but wait, Dumbo's elephant senses are tingling.
No. Anyway, I honestly think Transformers 5 is a worse Transformers movie than the second one.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like,
Again,
I mean,
I'm not sure how to rate it in terms of
although
temperatures when it comes to takes. So
yeah, that's a good point, Dribs, because a lot of people agree with you to the point where that movie is what finally ended Michael Bay's streak of Transformers movies.
Less racist.
Debatable. Very debatable.
Anthony Hopkins is in it. That automatically makes it better in my eyes.
Revenge of the Fallen had
Anthony
highly
Hopkins has been
prolific
in a lot of
actors
crap
too.
movies.
How much water does he have?
Yeah, Dumbo is a fireman now, or more like a fire elephant.
Oh yeah, I remember the new intro theme song for
Dumbo.
For Dumbo.
Oh my God, Dumbo, don't!
When he hears the fire alarm, Dumbo's always cool and calm.
So, what was the point of that scene with him watching the burning feather?
Because it's symbolic of stuff.
Oh no, he lost the feather. Oh, I get it. So
I think he needs to realize that he needs to have, the courage to actually jump himself. Like the feather doesn't mean anything or something.
Okay, I get it. This is like the scene from the ending of the original movie where Dumbo has to learn to fly without the feather.
Alright, here's a fairly cold take. Not flat out icy, but a pretty cold take to help ease out the fire. Super Mario Odyssey is the best video game ever made.
That is like, that is cold only in the sense that there might be... Okay. It... At first thought it's cold, but it might be warm because there's so many so many video games out there that who knows. But yeah, Odyssey is definitely up there. What, are we gonna have a fight scene between the two now?
Dumbo's gonna join the Avengers.
Well, to
Yes,
be
Dumbo's
fair...
now carrying 2 children on him. No matter that he's a freaking... I'm just... I hate this movie. Ugh.
You know what? I can buy it. Again, baby elephants can be pretty strong. And it is a flying elephant, so... Science may have to get back to you on that one a bit later.
Yeah.
All right, now that we're out of the fire, here's a hot... Well, actually, no, we're not out of the fire yet. I'll wait. Seriously, for how long does this fire scene has to go? Seriously, this Dreamland on fire sequence has been going on for like, what, 10 minutes at this point?
It is like a fire in a field, though. Those are pretty hefty to deal with.
I get it. It's on fire. His empire is falling. We get it.
Oh,
Move
boy.
on.
Yeah, you kind of have bigger problems here, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was a very expensive looking explosion. I can't believe we had that in the budget. Oh, that happened. Dreamland? What's that supposed to mean? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke, like, the Jumbo becoming Dumbo earlier?
I think so, but that doesn't really make any sense in the wordplay.
Because it's a bigger scale disaster than when Dumbo accidentally
Yeah,
mixed the letters around.
yeah, typically fire does tend to trump a lot of other major disasters.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Here's a hot take. Steven Universe wasn't any good after season 3.
Wait, that's a hot take? Pedro,
Well,
that is one of the coldest takes you've given. Like, Pedro, a lot of people have come to think that about Steven Universe. Like, season 4 is quite possibly the most hated season of it. And, well, season 5 is... It's, Sure, help me out here. How best to describe season 5 of Steven Universe?
It's a roller coaster and not a fun one.
Pretty
That's putting
much.
it mildly.
And then there's Steven Universe Future. I've not gotten around to watching it yet, but I
I'm
have.
sorry.
But
I
I
have
have.
not seen the future either.
What I have seen are comprehensive reviews of it, and they have not been kind.
I'm sorry, I just don't believe any of this crap. This woman has spent barely any time with these people.
You know how I could tell she was gonna end up joining them? Because she initially didn't like the father. And that's how a lot of these couples work. Hey, you hate each other first, so that means you'll eventually be sharing a bed eventually.
It's not like I like you or anything.
Baka.
Guys, I've got a relatively hot take. I'm not sure if you guys might care much about it. I'm gonna say it anyway.
What?
How about it?
Disney's dog wasn't that bad. Come on.
actually,
that's not
I
really
haven't-
too hot a
well,
take.
I haven't even seen it, so I can't even
Seriously-
comment on how hot that is.
Seriously, a lot of people have seen. A lot of fans I've seen hate that version of the show.
I can barely
I
even
don't
say
get
anything
it
about
either.
Doug. The only major take I can have Doug related is the movie that Dwight showed me, and that movie was annoying as fuck.
Okay.
So-
Now the
I don't-
movie, yeah.
I don't like the movie.
Yeah, okay. Now, from what I've seen of the movie, it was crap. Utter crap. But the Disney show of Doug? I don't think it was terrible.
Whatever.
So what?
There's
Now
been
they...
far worse continuations of shows.
So what? Now
So
they
there you
have
go,
to...
So there you go, Jova. Basically, unlike the original film, we're changing the ending. We're going to have Mrs. Jumbo and Dumbo live freely in their natural habitat.
That's nice, I guess.
Play the E.T. music. Dun, 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 dun. I'll be right here.
Oh no, it's so sad that Dumbo has to split with them.
Except it's not, because I just want this movie to end.
Wait, what? Oh,
Yeah, they're
now
not
they
going
have
to
to
use
use a
live
fake
animals
one.
anymore.
There you go. This one actually is fake. Ha 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 ha. Oh look,
How
Timothy! You were
nice.
completely pointless, Timothy.
So
Like,
the idea is that no animals will be kept in captivity. That's nice.
that's how is that nice? That means the animals will just escape, and and your circus is doomed. Like, in order to keep the animals, you have to keep them in captivity, to some extent at least.
So I guess Michael Keaton's character isn't gonna try and sue them?
Apparently not, Jova. Apparently not. And somebody's made a an early 1800s movie. Maybe she's even using the same machine that the Lumiere brothers used. Like,
How
seriously.
nice.
So this takes place in the late 1800s then. Okay. Well, there you go, Joe. But late 1800s. That's the best I can pinpoint based on what the movie showed us. So wait, is this his act? Shooting balloons with a gun? That's not really all that impressive. Not really. I could do that myself.
Oh,
Like,
and look at that. Colette joined their circus.
yay. I don't even know her. Like, is she boring? Is she annoying? Is she, like seriously, she's just as bland as the dad. I guess.
Oh,
they're
and look
perfect for
at
each other.
that. Well, honestly, I found the dad to be a more interesting character than his daughter.
He was shoved to the side though for like a while
he can't,
after some point.
He can't lose anything if he's not there. But if he's not there,
Oh, and look at that. You know, he has a prosthetic arm.
Too bad I don't care. Oh look! Instead of a rooster on the thingy, there's Jumbo and Dumbo.
how lovely.
Oh, lovely! That's awesome.
So you're telling me that nobody on the ship wanted to make money off of a flying elephant? I mean, maybe Dumbo didn't fly, but he seems rather excitable. Oh, welcome to our Jungle Book sequel.
And now, welcome to Disney's National Geographic. We are watching The Jungle of Africa. Notice this freakish big-eared elephant. And now he is in his natural habitat. There you go, Jova. This is our new ending.
Are they in Africa or India?
Is it? But whatever. They're in their natural habitat. That's all that matters.
That's nice, I guess. I don't know. I kind of prefer the ending of the original where Dumbo actually ended up getting accepted by everyone in the circus.
Sorry, Jova. We dropped that plot. This was I don't even know what the hell this movie was about, to be honest with you.
Like I said, it seems like we stumbled into a Jungle Book sequel.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It feels like the freaking Jungle Book remake now.
Okay, so imagine...
You reminded me, Jeff. That's another hot take. The considering the bizarre reception it got, the Jungle Book 2016 can kiss my ass. There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
my
now
final hot take of the day.
that is a hot take, yes.
Besides, we got to watch. We got a somewhat worse movie to finish wrapping up on.
Oh, so you actually think this one is worse than Jungle Book?
A little bit.
So, is there an after credits scene?
No, fuck you, Aaron
No.
Kruger.
Anyway, you were gonna say something, Pedro?
Fuck you, there's no after credit scene.
Well, actually, I was telling fuck you to Aaron Kruger because of different reasons, sure, not because of anything.
I know.
And
I'm joking.
if I can get my final thoughts first, I can explain why I think this is a slightly worse remake than Jungle Book.
Slightly? Oh, God.
Let him go.
Put it this way, put it this way, as much as I thought the Jungle Book remake was just a dull slog, at least that one had something of a personality, and at least had some good performances from all the actors. Even the child actor was better, even if he couldn't sing. This one has very little in the way of much of a personality of its own. I mean, yeah, the sets are nice, but and the effects. I mean, it's a Tim Burton movie. You'd expect the effects to be at least decent, but I don't know. But there's all the weird stuff. There's the truncated retelling of the first movie. There was all that weird stuff with Michael Keaton's character. The character, the child one who we're supposed to feel sorry for the most, is so bland and wooden that I don't know. It's about as bland and wooden as this wall. Not to mention, yeah, as like I said before, at least the kid actor in Jungle Book had at least something going on with him. Yeah, he at least could somewhat emote. But yeah, that's about it really. I mean, it's not the worst remake I've seen, but it's not too good either. I mean, it's no Maleficent, but it's one of those movies that just kind of goes in one ear and out the other. And judging from this film's box office receipts, I'm not really. I don't think I'm alone.
No, you
not.
are far from alone.
That's your coldest take so far.
Yeah, no, and yeah, I wonder if at this point people were thinking, "Oh, this movie flopped, so are all the other Disney live-action remakes gonna flop?"
I mean, you know what? To be fair to them, they're better than this. Aladdin is a wild and insane ride, which has a lot of negative points. But I could at least say that it had Will Smith. That alone salvaged that movie better than anything in this movie could. Lion King still repeated the story of the original Lion King, so of course it was going to be enjoyable. And they actually did improve Timon and Pumbaa. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. With those other ones, you could say that there were redeeming qualities. And that I can understand why someone finds it enjoyable. This, I guess I could see how somebody finds it enjoyable, but it's a really tough sell with this movie.
Well,
while
you're at it, might as well be the next one. Final thoughts then, since Loops is done.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, okay. This movie is kind of a sad mess. I wasn't bored, but I'm more so sad and disappointed because they clearly had a lot of opportunities to actually make a proper remake here and there, but they do some weird, cocky stuff that just feels too stupid for its own good. Okay. Let me start off with the positives. The music and the visuals are top-notch in this movie. They feel like a good blend of live-action practical effects with some very, very well-done CGI here and there. That said, regarding the music, the implementation of the songs is classic live-action Disney awkward here. Like, make up your mind, Disney. Do you want to include the songs or not? I mean, okay.
I don't care which. Just make up your goddamn mind.
Yeah, that is definitely a problem with Disney live-action remakes, unfortunately.
I would be fine with them not having the songs if they at the very least committed to it.
Yeah, that's always their thing with these live-action remakes.
Yep.
It's the weirdest in this. Never mind. Even in the good live-action remake with Cinderella, they did have the songs, but they relegated them to the credits. Well, 2 of them anyway, for some reason. And come on, you're telling me it wouldn't have been awesome to see Helena Bonham Carter singing Bippity Boppity Boo in the actual movie? Come on. But yeah, this movie itself here, I wasn't so much bored, so much as, like Dwib said, befuddled by the choices they made here and there. The daughter who we're supposed to care for just comes off as an unlikable dick more often than not, who constantly compares her dad to mommy, but now she has a new mommy thanks to Colette here and there. The son, well, the kid's a good actor, but I can't really say that the character had an arc to him per se. And you know what? Maybe normally that shouldn't be a complaint because the movie should be more about Dumbo than about the humans here and there. Like, okay, it is nice that Dumbo does get to save the day and all of that, but it feels so forced by the end with how much they focus on the humans here and there. And apparently animals in captivity suddenly became an issue so much that, oh, now the circus won't have animals in captivity. They'll just have them roaming around free, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. Now, let's get to the core of it, though. As a remake, this movie does its job, but then goes well beyond the point that it needs to go here and there. Like, okay, Lone Ranger's issue was definitely that it was too long. But what it did have was good action, good lines, amazing visuals, great music, the whole shebang here and there. Now, imagine Lone Ranger without its redeeming qualities, and you got this movie here. It's a remake that would have been just fine if they had ended at an earlier point here and there. Okay, maybe not just fine, but it would have been off better here and there.
So what you're saying, Jove, is that there was at one point where somebody should have said stop, and nobody said it.
Kinda, yeah. And let's talk about that villain here. Well, I guess both of them. The first villain goes out in a manner equally stupid because he really did bring it upon himself, and his death is kind of the catalyst for Dumbo's mother getting sent away here and there. As for our main villain, played by Michael Keaton, like I said, he is too evil for his own good. He wouldn't have he wouldn't have most of his issues if he had just treated people better. Like, he could have just included Annette, and then Colette wouldn't have eventually turned on him. He could have just, given the people jobs. Like, I'm sure he has the money to do so, but no, he didn't. And look, as a result, his entire theme park gets burned down. I mean, I guess he can't really press charges because he himself is the one who was the cause of it. But hey, he's so evil, I'm surprised he didn't try to sue them at some point. Jesus Christ. Like, I get it. He's a villain, and he enjoys doing what he does, but if it comes to a point where it's a detriment of him, and that is not a plot point that's touched base on, chances are you've got a villain who's a little too self-defeating in that sense. Oh yeah, there's also his number 2 guy, who gets defeated by a one-armed man who lassos him to a horse. That was a thing. Oh yeah, and there's Michael Keaton's butler, who's a good guy because he resigned when he saw what a deep, dark path his boss was going on.
Also, Michael Butler was in there for some reason.
Because he's a good announcer guy. There's also, oh yeah, Colette! It's funny, I literally called her character arc. Like, the moment I saw her starting to have a bonding moment with Colin Farrell's character, I immediately thought, oh, they didn't like each other, but she's gonna end up becoming the kid's new mother. And wouldn't you know, I called it. I must be a frickin' wizard. But, yeah, let's see. The other new characters added, they're fine, I guess, but really, I feel like they're trying way too hard to make the people seem more sympathetic, but at the times dicks here and there as well, to show the whole discrimination thing, which, I mean, come to think of it, was that really resolved that much? I mean, I guess people love Dumbo now, and yeah, I mean, Dumbo... again, Dumbo having to split apart from the people who he's apparently grown to know and love was just like, was that really necessary? What was the point? Again, I just prefer the ending from the original, where Dumbo found acceptance amongst the circus here and there. What was wrong with that? Was that too unrealistic in this movie about a flying elephant. Like, that's another thing about Disney. They're apparently trying to make Disney live-action remakes more realistic, including with Mulan. You know, the movie about a woman who has a literal spirit phoenix. And, you know, with a shape-shifting sorceress. More realistic, guys! We're totally not talking out our butts on that one. Oh, God. Look, this is by no means the worst Disney live-action remake I have seen. And you know what? I can understand if somebody finds enjoyment out of it. That said, if you're going and expecting a good remake of Dumbo, the original film, you're gonna be disappointed. At least that's what I expect from how off the road this movie went. Next.
I don't think this movie even looked at the road, much less decide whether or not to go on.
Oh, no. See,
It went on the rocky path to the side.
Okay. See, okay, look. It was on a road for, like, the first bit. It stays on that road for a bit, while admittedly hitting a few bumps and occasionally going off-road. But around, say, the 45-minute mark is when it careens off the goddamn thing completely.
How about this? It's like in the original 1991 Beauty and the Beast, where there's two roads. One that is clearly creepy looking and evil, whereas the other one is a normal road. And Belle decides to go for the.
Actually, that was her father who did that, Maurice.
Sure, but she also okay. No, you're right. Actually,
well, the reason Belle did it was, to save her father, who had done.
Sure, you're right. You're right. It was the father. Okay, regardless, the father went for the clearly evil, dangerous-looking road. That's basically what these filmmakers did. There was that very simple, nice-looking 1 hour and 7-minute road, but for some bewildering reason, they decided to go for the incredibly long and dangerous-looking road. And that's the problem. Yeah, you done?
Yeah. Next.
Okay,
like I said.
So Shiroi, is this the worst one for you?
No. Mulan
Okay.
exists.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Mulan
okay.
aside.
For the sake of the audience, when I first saw this movie, Mulan was not out yet.
Yeah.
I didn't see it when it came out, but Mulan was still not yet out.
Okay, Mulan aside, then.
This is still
Is this
the
number
most
2?
boring one, I guess.
Would you say it's worse than Maleficent?
I barely remember that. It was years ago when I saw that. But no, I was about to say Lion King because, unlike Pedro, I did like The Lion King. So watching it again just... I mean, it was boring. Like, I think I told Pedro it was boring because it was just a one-to-one remake. But it was nowhere near to this extent because they got over with the original movie so quickly, and then the rest of the movie was just nonsense that had nothing to do with the original movie or its message for the most part.
So what you're saying is like, well, whereas Lion King was so safe, it was boring, this one basically kind of added on and weighed down the good parts and dragged them down, practically drowning them.
Yeah, this movie was boring and also a disgrace to the original. Whereas, yeah, like you said, the best way to describe Lion King is that it's so safe.
Yeah.
It's just it's as on the rails as it could be. Again, though, Dumbo does look adorable. I do like the music. I wish the songs from the original movie, the few that there were, had some justice.
Also, what the hell was Timothy? Timothy
he was there. He was just a mouse in a cage. Wait. Actually, do you even know if it was Timothy?
Well, he had the same clothes.
But
Timothy does.
Was he called by name?
He wasn't called by name, but I'm assuming they dressed the mouse like that specifically as a little nod to the original. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it would have been that.
Well, Pedro,
it would just have been nice if we had the character.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that Disney have had a character who's clearly supposed to be a certain character, but gave it a different name in a live-action remake.
I'm just going to assume that it is Timothy, and either way, they didn't do anything with him, so... Yeah. But no, that's really what this is. This is just a really, really bad remake, and even the stuff they added just wasn't good, and quite hypocritical for Disney, as Dwarf's pointed out.
Yes. Yes, it is.
This is not the way you want to be meta, guys.
This is not the way, as Mandalorian would say.
I have not seen that show. But yep, that is it. This I'm so glad it's over and I don't have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Until I squirm Generations commentary.
Except I've already been in this one, so I can set that one out. That's the point of them.
I've been in this one as well, so...
The point is you can bring in people who haven't been in them, not people who've already been in one, so I'm vetoing that. I'm out. I'm done.
I refuse.
Jesus, Joey, did this movie really hurt you that much?
Hey, Jova, to go off what Dwip said and something you and I referenced earlier, but it refused.
Well, sorry, Joe, but it seems like the Generations plan is off the table.
Oh, don't worry. Knowing how Shuri and Dwibs operate, she'll have forgotten she was in this commentary years down the line.
Oh no! I hate this.
Yes, but Jova, I've got something else in mind. I'm going to write it down.
We have the recording as proof, by the way.
Shuri. Let me remind you, you forgot you were in the Venom Generations commentary, and that wasn't too long ago.
I don't think I forgot I was in that, did I?
There was actually a point where you did forget that.
Oh, I did? Alright, well, there we go.
Alright, anyway, back to...
So, well, you know what? Maybe the next time we look at a Disney live-action remake, Pedro, why don't you give your final thoughts since Shuri seems to be done?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Are those your final thoughts?
Let me put it this way. Here's the short version. Oh, let's get ready for a bore. See, I said bore, so you can't sue me, Michael. Ha. Yeah, this movie is so bafflingly bad in the terrible, stupid choices it makes. And it's just so agonizingly sluggish to go through because it's impossible to give a single rat's ass about anything that happens in it.
The movie didn't give a rat either.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course not. Timothy's a mouse.
Semantics.
This is just terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. Oh my god, like it's just... Ugh. You couldn't just tell a story of an outcast, could you, Tim? You know, the story that you're best at? The story of an outcast? No, of course not. Couldn't. That just wouldn't work. If you really... maybe... Okay. This... Of all of the live-action remakes, this is definitely one that should have been a Disney Plus release. A 1 hour, 7-minute Disney Plus release. Much like Lady and the Tramp one. Which was just the original film in live action, but at the very least, it didn't completely go overboard and completely veer off into fan fiction territory. So there's that. Ugh, God, this movie is atrocious. It's just so bad and boring. The characters are bland. The special effects are fantastic. I'll give it that. The visuals are great, but the music it's fine, I guess. I've heard better Danny Elfman scores.
Oh, Danny Elfman was the composer, of course.
Well, it's a Tim Burton movie, Joe. I don't even need to read the credits to know that one. I mean, there's only 2 movies I think that he didn't get. It was he didn't do the music for Ed Wood, and that's the only one I can think of right now. But yeah, it's just like the movie is absolutely terrible, and I'm even struggling to even say why, because the movie is just so energy draining. It really is. Okay, so yeah, the movie doesn't work because it completely misses the point of the original film, and on its own merits, it's a completely aimless mess that doesn't know what the fuck it wants to do with itself. And that's the basic gist of it, really. And that was it, everybody. That's another batch of movies done. Tune in for whatever we do next.
Hopefully, next time we can do a better Disney live-action remake.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.